Good afternoon, welcome to Football Live, your Champions Star Sports Radio Bula FM. Time once again it is to get in on the act, bring you the action. Yes, all the big games. Scores across all the centres, yes, across all the grounds. Live action and lots more. And yes, it gets even exciting all the time on Football Live. Yes, another Saturday it is. And yes, the guys are back in here once again to take you through all the action going down in the world of football. And yes, it is strictly football today, as it is a Saturday. And yes, the games are upon us. Yes, let's get right into it and bring you the action. Football Live, yes, things time once again it is to look at the exciting things are going down, major talking points in the course of the week, and lots more. And you definitely cannot miss a thing, as you will be part of the interaction as the action continues right here, right now. Victor Okani is my name, and yes, Joseph Obishason joins me also on today's edition of Football Live. It is Saturday the 7th day of the month of March 2026. And yes, welcome everyone. Let's get right into it. Joseph, good afternoon and welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon. It's fantastic to be here once again on Football Live. Yes, for all of the game and talking points we've got today. Let's get them started.
Okay, yes, getting the game started, and of course we counting down to a lot of them. Well, if you're a fan of the Premier League, there are no Premier League matches today, just FA Cup games, and we'll see, of course, what we can grab. Because at 1:15, Arsenal will be in action against Mansfield. We will go there to bring you all of that. But I can tell you for certain that in other parts, yes, there are games. There are games in the French Ligue 1. Yes, in the Bundesliga as well. Yes, at 3:30, action will get started in the Bundesliga. And loads of other places at 3 p.m., of course, we'll take you to the Serie A, where, of course, action will get started with Cagliari taking on Como. Much later, it will be Atalanta against Udinese, and Juve will be home to Pisa. Yes, of course, in the Eredivisie, action is left out to Groningen against Ajax. PSV Eindhoven will take on AZ Alkmaar. And I can tell you that Excelsior against the Herenveen, there's going to be a game there as well, all other things being equal. Action, of course, in the La Liga, Osasuna against Mallorca. Yes, Levante will take on Girona. And yes, Atletico Madrid against the Real Sociedad, while Bilbao will welcome Barcelona in another fixture. Yes, in the Turkish Super League, Başakşehir will host Göztepe, and Besiktas would host, of course, at 6 p.m. against Galatasaray. Yes, we're counting down to that one. Of course, you know, midweek they will be entertaining Liverpool, yes, in Istanbul in that game. Of course, action in the Champions League. In the Jupiler Pro League in Belgium, yes, games are taking place all across. And yes, we've got you covered to bring you the action on Football Live. So keep it locked right here. And I guess it's only a matter of time now before we talk about the Arsenal lineup, because we should have it ready and look at what's going to happen as far as this game is concerned. It's a fixture on the road. Mansfield, quite a difficult place to go to in where they play their game in League One. Tough nut to crack for the guys. Yes, they are not easily side you can easily break down, but again, we're talking about the Premier League side in this fixture. Yes, they sent Burnley packing out of the FA Cup in that game, and yes, of course, they've lost twice since then and drawn twice since then. But let's see if they will be one of the few giant killers as the fairy tale run continues in the English FA Cup this afternoon. Okay, so yes, welcome on board, everyone. And Joseph, of course, we're looking at Liverpool, who, of course, exerted something, came back, of course, with a good response against the same opponent. Then that first half goalless, and thoughts were already running towards. I hope Liverpool doesn't get frustrated today, because this game was beginning to show all the trappings of the previous situation where 3 goals scored in the second half, and 2 were against Liverpool. 1 was for them, and then they were beaten on Tuesday by Wolverhampton Wanderers. Good revenge, of course, they took out at this time around in the FA Cup to advance to the next round.
Well, I think it is certainly good that they start as they probably mean to go on, because I feel like this is it's a kind of situation where they want to be to turn around their season. the fact that not everything has gone according to plans for them. So it means whatever they can make of the season, yeah, they are still in some of the cup competitions. They still have Champions League to play for, and maybe they can say goodbye to the dream of winning the Premier League. But the truth is, now when they break, right, when the sun come at night, they break, and the fact that they've actually been able to hold on through to this very present moment. Yes, nobody is saying they will go on to win the remaining games in the season, but the truth is, for whatever scrap they can get from the season, they've been here some seasons ago where they were basically going to live through the edges. In fact, their UEFA competitions place was actually confirmed on the final day of the season. I think this about 3 or 4 years ago, and I think looking back at that point in time and then looking at where they are now, I feel like that should give them a little bit of an idea on, yeah, we've been here before, and so we can do that. And yeah, we are seeing Mohamed Salah. Yeah, maybe not the perfect scenario for him, because we know what what this man brings to the table, what he does, not just for himself but for the club, and what he adds to the team. Getting in among the goals now, so it is obviously a confidence booster. But I think some of these performances, put teams out of their misery, and they just go on like you're on a mission. I think that's just about the way to go. Yes, maybe you might not say Wolverhampton are such a team where you feel, okay, we've gotten a revenge. I mean, Liverpool are ultimately bigger than them, but I think they must look past that and just concentrate on what they have to do to the future. They've got Champions League plays against the Champions League game against Galatasaray. Despite all the good form Galatasaray have been showing, but something that everybody will take away from that game against Juventus is that, okay, you can actually bring them down. And maybe would not have said this a year ago about Liverpool and Galatasaray, would have basically counted this as an easy win. But the truth is, they still have to work for it. And I think getting a result against Galatasaray would obviously mean that, okay, there's a little bit of belief, even if again they are not going to win the entire games they have until the end of the season. But I think games like this is where they can basically turn it around and just fight for the scrap. If they will get to the Champions League places, it's left for grabs, but then they must also stick to their guns and stick to their hard work and see where it leads them. But for now, I think it's just taking it a game at a time, grind out